There we are. Hello. Up. Hi guys. I couldn't figure out how to get the thing working on my computer for some reason, so it took me a little technical difficulties. I feel like I haven't been around the YouTube world to know all the updates they have recently, and I was getting really flustered. So, and obviously Arrow's running around, of course. So thanks for bearing with me, and thanks for tuning in, guys. Miss you guys so much. I'm gonna have to get a charger for my phone because now we're going live on my phone instead of the desktop. So, Brendan, Toronto show. Yes, if you guys are in the Toronto area, we are playing on December 6th, and I can't wait. It's been so long. It feels like it's been so long since everything. So here we go. We'll charge the phone because it's on battery. Maddie, are you coming?
I'm here.
Okay, and Arrow's here, which I know you guys all want to see. Little Arrow. Oh, no, it's saying. Okay. Is the stream, can you guys give me just some thumbs up if it's coming in clear, like you can actually see everything and hear everything okay?
You're on that screen too.
Yeah, I'm just trying to set this up because my phone's not, actually, we could put it right into the light. You guys, I really thought I was prepared for this, but apparently I'm not. We can put that into the light if you bring it a little
Maybe.
closer. Maybe?
I can try. Here, hold it. I gotta get you a better coordinate.
Okay. Oh, thank you. Thumbs up, guys. Thank you so much. So we just wanted to go over like a lot of the different things that are coming up. Obviously, we had a huge Black Friday sale, and I want to do a calendar giveaway for those of you that are waiting who haven't got one. If you have, thank you guys so much. Honestly, these releases, I never know how they're going to go in between when we're having like no music come out. And I'm like, are people still out there? And you always come through, and it always means so much to us. And it literally helps us going through the transition time between album releases. So now I'm just going to show you the ceiling.
Am I getting this right?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, but now it wants to ask you if I can trust your computer. Trust. There we go. Okay, I think then you'll be able to see Maddie better now too. Get into the frame there, Maddie. Arrow, do you want to say hi? Do you want to say hi, Arrow? She knows she's not supposed to be up on this table, so she's probably not going to come up because that's where we usually eat together.
Sky just had a meltdown because her computer's not working right.
Yeah.
It's okay, man. Chill the fuck out.
It's been, to give you guys some context, it's been every time before tour, it's very stressful because there's lots to get ready. On top of trying to run a sale in our house. So if you guys don't know, we ship everything from those boxes back there. That's all your calendars. A lot of them waiting to be shipped, packaged. You know, there's little things like ran out of tape or ran out of clear plastic bags, and then you holds up the whole thing, and you know it's a hustle, and there's always these new hurdles to constantly overcome. My printer that prints out all my shipping labels was breaking, so I had to get that fixed. So.
Okay, so some people showed up here. See, I've got the list here now.
You've got all the comments.
Well, you can see their names, at least you can say hi properly, because you can't read that far. If you can, I can't.
No, I can't read that far, so and Matt's got his glasses on too, so he can read your comments. But for those of you that are tuning in, we're headed out on tour in a week, less than a week, with our friends in Nonpoint, Head PE, and Varsity. And for those of you that know Sumo Cyco, you obviously know we've been out with Nonpoint a few times, and we've been out with Head PE. That was one of our first, we did Alien Ant Farm with them out in UK. And so we're excited because it's really fun when you know the bands you're touring with, because you don't have that like first day of school jitters. Hey, look, it's Arrow. Say hi, babe. She's sniffing at the calendar because she knows I brought that out to show you guys. But yeah, so like getting ready for tour is stressful, putting out a sale is stressful, but I thought...
You need a drink of wine.
I think I need a drink of wine. This is why I have this guy. He always is like, okay, let me look at the big picture and see what's gonna What's gonna help Sky right now? Yeah, just need to calm down a little bit. Jenny, thanks for the top hats and chicken wings. Speaking of top hats and chicken wings for our live fam, we did get a few people that bought those shirts. So on our Black Friday sale right now at sumocyco.com, I decided to put a few items, do a few t-shirt designs that are kind of like testing the waters. So most times with our merch, we buy like, you know, a few hundred shirts and then we try to sell them off, but it's kind of a guessing game on like what sizes you're gonna need. So we're doing something called print on demand, which is basically the manufacturer only makes the shirt if it's actually ordered. So in that way, we can test out a few different designs. And one of them was our classic chicken wings and top hat shirt. And we also tested out one.
I don't know if you call it classic. It's just like
it's kind of a classic for
it's a classic
for the
joke.
super psychos.
Classic joke.
And then we also did one with little Arrow's face and turned her into an arrow bot, I call her. And so just to celebrate, you know, getting the new pup. And cheers to you guys.
Cheers, everybody.
For a awesome, successful Black Friday sale that is not over yet. So if you haven't gone over to sumocyco.com, and cheers to you guys tuning in and saying hi. And for those of you that are in America right now, it is Thanksgiving weekend, and it's a good opportunity to give thanks to you guys for being our fans. So I'm thankful for you guys. Honestly, in Canada, we don't celebrate Thanksgiving this weekend. We do it in October. And since we have such an international fan base, I figured, we could still go live even though maybe there's people eating turkey right now. But I thought because people all over the world...
I love some turkey.
Well, when I get home after tour, we're going to be making a huge turkey for Christmas. And that's what I'm now responsible for. So
is there a lag on this?
Wait.
Are they watching? Because this looks like, see how there's a feed coming from there now into here now?
Yeah, I think there's a slight lag.
Is there a lag?
Well, I don't think they experience it, but we do because we're watching ourselves in the live version and in the broadcasted version. My
point is if they write something here and if we were answering somebody on here, right? Will it be a delay?
Well, everyone put your finger on like a emoji and then on the count of 3 press it and we'll see how fast it comes through.
What?
Well, you want to know what the lag is. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
What does that do?
Well, we can see when the comments come through. If there's a lag on the comments or if it's a lag on our voices not reaching them fast enough.
That's what I was trying to figure out.
That's what we're trying to figure out. So they haven't commented yet, so it's probably they will hear this in a few seconds in the future.
Because there's a lag.
Because there's a little bit of a lag, yes. Oh my gosh, I was not expecting. This is why we haven't done this for a while. We're out of practice.
It's just out of practice right
now. But let's start with, we could go over the calendar because I want to do a giveaway and I'm not sure how I should do a giveaway, but I want to give away a calendar bundle. I want to give away the calendar with a bunch of like Sumo Cyco swag. So I'm not sure if we need to just comment on like something specific or if I have a skill testing question. Or if it's still working. See, up there it's still working.
That's what I mean. Is something's frozen here.
Oh, you're not going down, Matt.
Oh, that's right. That'll help.
Yeah, see, everyone put their emojis in.
Oh, there.
See, there you go. Thanks, guys. Okay. All right, let's answer some questions. And then we'll get to the calendar because I want to go through some of the crazy shit that we had to do to make this calendar. And then I also want to go through to try to get...
The lag is 15 seconds.
Oh, okay, cool. Good to know. Thanks. Thanks, Krusty. We appreciate the
thanks, man.
The info. Okay. Do you miss singing your old songs in the early 2000s? Would you ever sing them again someday? I feel like I address this question a lot, but maybe still some people out there like don't know how I feel about this. But to me, and I think Matt has been one of the...
Oh, just keep me out of it, man. Yeah. I'm fucking not involved.
He's the influence of like, when you live in the past, it's not good for your mental health. I agree though. And to me, I wrote a lot of those songs and a lot of those thoughts for like a 13, 14-year-old. So I don't feel like I'm that person anymore at 35.
You don't think you need to read Billy Shakespeare anymore?
Well, I actually really like Shakespeare, to be honest. I will read Billy Shakespeare.
Yeah.
I just didn't like, at the time, going to school, so I made a song about it. But nostalgia, I think, is a big topic that a lot of bands play up on nostalgia, because there's evidence that when you're going through like your certain years of your life that are very like usually your teens to early 20s, those years are when you're discovering so much and you actually have more brain power to devote to things like discovering new bands, and you actually kind of like those bands that you grew up listening to imprint your brain more than bands will later in life. So that's why you have such this like emotional nostalgic connection to the like your favorite bands that you grew up with when you were younger. And like for me, no matter how much my music tastes differ now, I grew up with like Britney Spears and Backstreet Boys, so they will always hold a special place in my heart for the rest of my life, because that was like when I was growing up.
You start your song.
So for a lot of people, some of my music may have been in those like years where they had like a song from the Barbie Diaries or the Disney Channel or whatever that was like impacted their life. And even though I'm not that person anymore, I can see why people are like, can you please do it again? Because it brings back those old nostalgic like feelings that, you know, like so many bands do reunion tours and bring back like the stuff from like 20 years ago, because people now have grown up and they're like, oh yeah, the good old days, you know what I mean?
The good old days.
Good old days. But I don't miss singing them, to be honest. I even listen to them and sometimes cringe a little bit because my voice sounds like a little kid to me. I can't listen to my old stuff. It's even hard for me to listen to stuff that I did like, you know,
last year.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm always growing and always looking for the next thing, and I think that that's what keeps me going. Okay, that was a long answer to that question.
That was a really long answer to that question, but I don't know. Most of the time I like all the old stuff, and all your young stuff was great. It's just, you know, yeah, you were really young when you wrote it, so it's...
Yeah, going back to Kat was asking about the chicken wing top hat story. Like, it all really went back. I think I'll try to do a Cole's Notes version of this and not go on forever, but it all happened when we were playing a show at a bar in Pittsburgh, and everyone was eating while we were playing. And we'd never like really experienced that before, where everyone was at all these tables going all the way up to the stage eating chicken wings. And Matt was getting angry because no one was really participating in the show. They were all just like shoving chicken wings in their face. So he like made a joke about like, put down your chicken wings, like get into the show. And we actually, to this day, every time we go to Craft House in Pittsburgh,
played it a bunch of times.
The owners are like, oh, it's a chicken wing guy.
Oh, yeah, they know us as the band now.
Yeah, and we were just like, and then Matt was getting really angry. He's like, put down your chicken wings. So, for some reason, we started the chicken wing, and by accident, actually hashtagged a top hat when we were going through a lot of controversy with the Bystander video and a lot of hate from metal elitists. So we used the chicken wing and top hat hashtag is kind of like, you know, we don't care what you have to say, kind of like our secret way of, you know, just dismissing the haters.
Top hats and chicken wings, man.
So it's kind of like dismiss the haters is like top hats and chicken wings. So that's why we have our own secret language of top hats and chicken wings, and that's why we
there's all these questions.
Okay,
and
tell
you're
me.
Just like whoa, like I just so you know, there's all this stuff here.
Okay, what's
next? I don't know where you want to start.
Pick a
this
question.
says, look, now would be a good time to insert ad. That's what the computer said.
Don't listen to the ad man.
I'm gonna let a computer tell me what to do.
No.
What do you want me to do?
Okay,
I'll let her tell me what to do.
Well, you said there's questions. What questions do you want to answer? You can answer a question.
Well, you know.
What about this one?
New songs when? Oh, I have lots of stuff. They're on this laptop right here.
We're doubling up laptops because we got so much shit going.
This laptop right here, and I have lots and lots of material. I have 25 songs that I feel like are competing with between each other, and then like 44 instrumentals. We went ham.
We have so much music, guys. I don't even know. Like, I'm so overwhelmed because I feel like eventually it's all got to get out to you. But when we're making the next album, which we are, just so you guys know, it's really hard to like narrow it down. And then as soon as you think you have like every song you need, you're like, oh, but I got this inspiration to write a new one. And then the new ones are always like have more special place in our hearts, and then we want to use the new ones because the older ones are starting to feel older, and then we just can't catch up.
Yeah, and some are just like more popping than others. Some are meant for this, some are that. We just have a lot of material. We're just trying to feel out what the vibe is. I guess we just didn't really want to rush this next one at all.
Yeah. We
So
also
there's
feel like
a bunch
there's
of stuff we're working on here.
yeah, and lots of change behind the scenes.
I knew these questions were gonna come. I was like, let's avoid this so I don't have to. Can I have a glass of wine with our friends?
Yeah, of
We're
course.
having to answer the hard questions, the tough questions. We have some serious bangers though. There's some
great songs, man. What the thing is when you're kind of at our stage as a band, we could throw stuff out and just throw it online and see what sticks. But there's also a side of us that knows that if we do things right, because I have a little bit of
I just want
anxiety.
songs not to get their chance.
And also,
I hate that. It's like some bands I see are throwing songs out. I'm like, this song's just gone into the wind, and I want to make sure this is right.
Exactly. And remember what happened last time. So we did, for our last record, Initiation, we did a crowdfunding campaign and spent a lot of time working towards that crowdfunding campaign with like our own plan, our own dates, released some songs. And then everything got put on hold when we signed with Napalm, which meant we had to go back and kind of undo all the planning we had done and start again. And then by the time we got the record out, it was like over a year and a half after we had literally asked you guys for your hard-earned money towards the record. And it took that long, like a year and a half for you to get the actual product from when you ordered it. And I was just like, that's not fair. And I felt really guilty about that because I was like, this took way too long. So the last thing I want to do is get you guys excited about like another campaign or whatever if the actual product isn't just a few months away from being in your hot little hands. So
You need not say anymore.
okay, why?
You guys are gonna love what we got coming when we're finished.
And it's true. We have not been to UK since pre-pandemic, and the pandemic, you know, I'll say it again, fucked everything up.
It screwed things for a bit, right? And then when we did release the record and came out of pandemic, we went right into a 3-month straight tour. And then Sky didn't want to tour at all when she came off the 3-month tour. She was like, "Oh, that's pretty good for a while," and then we went out with Nonpoint. So we've still been busy off and on. So we've got all these songs in between. So the UK stuff is gonna happen, but I want to come with the new record to UK and Europe.
Yeah, we want to do it properly, and we want to come back, you know, like bigger than ever, and have all the new music ready to give you guys. Come with new stuff. I know people in UK and a lot of parts in the world haven't seen us play live our songs from Initiation yet.
That's why I was like, it feels so long ago for
It does.
us.
It feels so long ago since it came out. So
and because pandemic, man, it kind of did mess us up.
And there's a lot of moving parts, more
Whatever.
than you guys probably know, with like arranging, scheduling, you know, doing everything behind the scenes. So it's not always easy to just jump on a plane and say, hey, we're coming. Like there's a lot of planning that goes into these things. So
especially the next
we just
UK.
need you to be patient with
next UK
us.
run, it was trust me, we've talked about it. We were like, oh, let's go. And started talking, and we were like, our next one I want to make bigger than our last, and I got to do it right. And the real truth is that when we released Initiation, it was in pandemic, so it was like I couldn't fly us out to England and expect to get the same marketing and promotion and do the same ticket numbers. This is how we work, I'm pretty truthful about this shit. I don't think I could have got the same numbers as much as I wanted to when I came after pandemic, because we'd already released. I couldn't get all the press. It was already being pressed and already been done. So once we went out and did this American stuff, I was like, oh, we'll go now to UK. And then we got the next American run. And I was like, man, it just feels so long. So to us, I feel like for us to be able to pay off the tours when we go into Europe means we have to, make all our press work. Everything has to work at the same time. So I really feel like coming to you guys, I want to make it right. I want to have a new record, and we'll still play some of the songs from Initiation when we do. But I really want it to be even more of a banger.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like we deserve a chance to do it right for you guys, because I don't feel like we got to because of the way pandemic happened, and having to drop a record without touring it, we didn't get to. We dropped that record in halfway through pandemic, was it?
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck it was, it really. It's not like we got to listen to the dog over there.
Yeah. And then we had that Wednesday 13 tour that was canceled. Remember?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Come,
It was just, we were gonna come
then,
with that too, so it's like it just all to me. I was like, we've got to have. Sky and I put our brains together, and we're like, we're really gonna try and get the best material that we think we're going to slam out and kind of put it out there and see how hard we can hit and try to hit. We're thinking some kind of, dare I say, like world.
Yeah.
Some kind of weird Sumo Cyco world tour. Not when that world tour sounds like really huge just when you say that, like really egotistical, but it's we mean in like small club world tour or whatever. Mm-hmm. But we think we can hit a lot of places that we deserve to be in that they want us to be at. But we need all the marketing together.
For sure.
Yeah.
Arrows just squeaking away.
That's the best I'm going to give you about the new material right now. I could play some new stuff maybe at some point.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to talk to you guys about our Black Friday sale, and I wanted to do a giveaway. So I'm thinking if you guys haven't got a calendar and you would like to get a 2024
Sumo
calendar,
Cyco cruise, that would be
sick. If you would like to get a calendar,
sorry.
All I need you guys is to put in the chat a little calendar emoji, and then I will randomly pick someone to receive a calendar pack. And I think if you put the emoji in, then I can message you through YouTube. I should be able to, and ask you for your address and everything to get it off to you. So the 2024 calendar, as we do every year, is 12 unique looks. Matt, I get him to follow me around in crazy places and hit the shutter button, and I have these weird, crazy ideas.
Some of them are pretty funny.
And
I like them. They're good. This one was really fun.
It was fun to do, and then I edit them all and figure out how it's all going to work together in a similar theme. So
the best was there's one we did in the forest. No.
The one we did where we
the
almost
caves?
Got kicked out
at
the water.
That one too. There's 2 or 3 of them. The one in the caves was because you're in your bikini or whatever, and there's some old ladies. Thought that was weird when they caught us in the caves. And then there was no time at the beach. So
Christy wants a calendar review. We get that all the time, but
I know I should do that.
I'm still wondering if he'll actually pose for me for 12.
Maybe next year. I've said that probably every time. I'm like, oh, I'll do it. Yeah, but maybe next year we'll come up. We have to come up with a new theme. Maybe there'll be some new. Maybe
a twist.
Yeah, we'll twist it up.
So my theme this year was abduction. So I thought about how I could show abduction in all different ways, and the cover has like a mud, quicksand, swamp of sadness kind of vibe of all these people getting stuck in the mud and getting dragged down into the mud. But a lot of this calendar, I will admit, AI helped me a lot with the backgrounds, because this whole mountain range wasn't there. It was just like we were at a gravel pit, and I just was like fill in the backgrounds with mountains, and it did it. It's so crazy what it can do.
Yeah, I mean, it was still a lot of work.
It was still a lot of work. Obviously,
nowhere near what it wasn't like some magical pop out. Like there was most of it was almost all this was here. That's there. It was just this. I don't know.
Yeah.
You're giving it a little too much credit for what it is right now.
Right, but I had to get all the faces in. Those ones I found and integrated them. Some of them are stock photos that I just like blended into the background. But yeah, it takes a little bit of imagination and work to do it all. But one of them, Miss June right here, give you a little sneak peek of the back here. Miss June, we filmed on the water on Lake Ontario, and I wanted to be kind of like I was dressed in like plastic, and the plastic had kind of been like in the ocean for a long time, and a little bit of statement how we need to do better and clean up our waterways. But I found a spot, we drove down there, and as soon as I got my crazy plastic outfit on and started sitting into the water, this guy comes running out yelling at us saying we're trespassing. And now I did Google public beaches, so you gotta change your listing on Google, man, because it did say public beach.
He was upset.
He was so upset. He just wanted us to get out of there, and I was like, dude, you're gonna have to give me 5 seconds.
Hey, you guys fucking, you're not supposed to be here! It was fucking crazy. I was like, whoa, Jesus, dude, relax, man. We're on the beach.
I was like, you want to be in the photo?
I was like, we're taking a picture on the beach, bro. You guys gotta fucking go! Like, it was crazy. Right?
You're getting
Sorry, Doc.
Everyone's like, what is that voice?
Doc's like, what's happening? Sorry, Doc. I'm sorry. I know.
But yeah, he literally was like watching us because he wanted to be intimidating, but I literally had to like get out of my plastic outfit, and I'm like, dude, like this is a little.
Oh yeah, he's like, oh, call
it
the
was
cops.
such a private spot too, like off the beaten path, like I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, we're just making art, man.
We're just making art. We're not hurting anything. We'll be
So
gone in
upset
5
at us.
minutes,
I'm
but so upset. But we risked it all for the shot.
Just to the guy and.
Well, pretty much we stood there. We're like, well, we didn't come all this way not to get the shot. So I was like, keep taking for 2 minutes.
Well, what he did was he threatened to call the police, and we're in this Toronto Hamilton region. Like, just police aren't coming to the beach to give us trouble for taking a photo. So
yeah.
no one.
And then the ladies were freaking out. Well, not as bad as that guy, but we were taking a photo for Miss April, which is in a cave over here.
It's
and
really small though. You're trying to show the smaller one.
I know, in the
Oh, yeah.
cave. Sorry, I could show you the actual photo, Miss June. So in a cave, we were taking a photo in a cave, and this cave is in a new walking trail that we had never been to before, and I kind of said, okay, I'm getting in my bikini. Meanwhile, this is October, so people aren't thinking of turning around the corner and A, seeing a photo shoot, but B, seeing a girl in a bikini. So we were just acting totally casual, like we were just hanging out in the cave, and the cave kind of is off the side of a walking trail, so people can walk their dogs or walk around it, but we decided we would just stop there and do a photo shoot. We never asked for permission, obviously. That's a theme of everything we do, to try to not have to deal with anybody telling us we can't shoot. We just go for it.
John says next year you can do an Arrow calendar.
Aw, wouldn't that be cute, Arrow? We should
With
just
all the
do,
clothes
like,
you've got her, that would probably be smart. You know, you could do you've got her Skybar.
yeah. Oh, she's a real fashionista. She, on this tour, I hope we can capture some of the outfits, because she's already grown out of some of her fits so far. But because she's a hairless dog, I never thought, honestly, that I would be the type of girl that dresses a little dog up in human clothes. But because she's hairless, I feel even more justified. Like, this babe needs clothes on. She's gonna be cold.
Maria from Puerto Rico says hi.
Oh, Puerto Rico. I would love to go to Puerto Rico. How do we make a show happen there? That would be sick.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
That would be fun. Way warmer than here right now.
Yeah. Exactly.
Although it's not that cold today, but I don't love the winter.
No. It kind of gets a little bit winter depression-y thing, right?
Yeah, I don't like it. Would you like to make a film musical?
I love musicals, to be honest. And if I had more time in my life, if I could live like 3 lifetimes, I would probably start a completely different career trajectory in musical theater and like writing musical theater. But the problem is I fell too much in love with rock music.
All over again, would you just go right to musical theater?
Of course I would. I could see myself on Broadway. But no,
oh boy.
I don't know. I just feel like now that I've kind of gotten too far into the pop and rock world, like maybe Broadway would be a little bit too, what do you call it? Like refined. I don't think I might be as refined to some of those very talented Broadway performers would need to be, because I'm very used to being.
But that's just because you've been on the road.
Yeah, but I also found it too when I started my little foray into acting when I was when I'm living in LA and doing a bunch of those auditions in LA. I did a bunch of auditions. I even auditioned for Mean Girls. Obviously didn't get that. Yeah. I auditioned for a lot of things.
Imagine if you were in Mean Girls.
I know. It would have been crazy. But what was interesting is I did get a lot of great feedback. I had really cool acting coaches, and I had a lot of great feedback from the casting directors, and a lot of them really wanted me to do well. Like, they wanted to see, they would ask me questions and get me to try the character different ways and really give me a lot of time that I didn't think, everyone gets. Sometimes if you just didn't do the part well, they just, push you out of the room. But
you would have rocked as Regina George.
Well, that's the part I auditioned
Who's Regina
for.
George? Oh, in Mean Girls.
Yes, in Mean Girls.
Gotcha.
Well, Rachel McAdams, obviously, she killed it, so
So that's
I
the
don't
part
hold a
they
candle to
actually
her, but
you wanted you for was Regina.
Yeah.
Oh, this person got you spot on.
Yeah, for sure.
Dilly.
So anyway, so then I did the audition. I did a bunch of auditions for a lot of different movies and parts, and I really got out of it, though, that you cannot really add your artistic flair. You have to do what the director wants. You have to embody the character.
It is that, isn't it?
Yeah, you have to stand where they tell you. You have to, if they tell you to twirl your hair, you have to twirl your hair. There's not as much, especially as a beginning actress that doesn't have like a name, to put your own ideas or spin on things. So you're pretty much like kind of like just like, I don't know, just like a robot doing what they say in a way. Not to say anything. Actors and actresses have very tough jobs, but
That's
I mean,
not Billy, right?
it's not as freeing as being on stage, where you literally can do whatever you want. You can make your rules. You can create the art you want to make. You don't have to. Nobody is telling me like how the song should be. We just do what we would like, right? Whereas they're telling me how I need to do the part, right? So that's why I kind of didn't follow the acting as much as I followed the other parts of my career, because I don't know, maybe I'm just a control freak and like being
Maybe? Maybe?
It's true. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, maybe.
But obviously once you get to higher levels and you put your own spin and people are like, oh my god, that's amazing, then you start to being able to have more influence over, you know, choosing your parts, doing it the way you would want to, and that the directors give more respect to a lot of the actors and stuff. But I just felt like there's a lot of times where all my ideas just weren't, you know, as listened to as they are in music. That's all.
How many songs on this tour? In your set list, and can you buy the calendar at the show coming up?
So
that's from Brendan Black.
Brendan, I'm so excited to see you at the Toronto show. Thank you also for getting VIP. VIP right now is 15% off at sumocyco.com with your Black Friday sale. So if you were thinking on the edge of getting VIP, there are a few spots left in select cities, and you can get a discount if you go now. The calendar, we will, I can't 100% say have on tour, because the reason being, and I think we'll have some, but I literally bought a set amount, and then we're selling them until they sell out. So if too many buy them before we leave on tour, then we won't have as many to bring on tour. I bought extra.
And we have shows before the Toronto show.
Yes. So I just don't know. I can't guarantee
it's
we'll
possible
be there.
We might have to just hide one somewhere and just make sure one's in Toronto.
Well, if you have a special...
I guess that wouldn't be fair to anybody else.
The other thing too, is maybe you could message the store and say that you'd like to pick it up, and maybe you could prepay for it. And then we could take the shipping off, and you could just take it home.
Always figuring out how to make a sale, this girl. Look at her.
I'm just saying.
We'll
figure it out. But
this is how she gets the band moving, dude.
That's the one thing with merch on tour, is sometimes you don't know how well it's going to do in the first few shows. So you could be like out of a certain size or out of a certain product before you get to the show that you guys are at. So that's why I always say with the calendar, we're selling it online, first come, first serve. If we do have enough, which I think we will, because I ordered extra thinking I'll probably bring some on tour, and then hopefully it makes it to the Toronto show and beyond, but we'll see. Trying to get them sold out.
Hopefully it won't, because then it means
they're
selling
sold
really
out.
good.
But.
So, but hopefully it will for you.
Yeah, that's awesome. But yeah, so.
And on our set list there'll be, we try to squeeze in a lot of material. We're only doing a half-hour set.
Yes.
We're supporting Nonpoint and Head PE, and Varsity's on the tour with us. Down at, we're playing in Lee's Palace on Toronto, in the Toronto show, and Fufun and Electric in Montreal.
Yes, the
Those
night
are the
before.
2 Canadian dates.
Yeah, so the 5th in Montreal and the 6th
But there'll be, I think we'll be squeezing at least 8 songs on the set usually. We don't really talk too much. I mean, Sky does, but only because she's supposed to sing. She does her thing. Oh, I just broke my glasses. Oh.
What were you doing? You were playing with it.
They're not like broken. I can fix them.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah, so there's still quite a bit of a set. We're going to squeeze as much as we can into our half an hour power.
An hour of power.
Yeah. We'll do a couple old ones, couple new ones.
Yeah.
Rock and roll. No covers this tour.
Yeah, because it's so hard to fit in a lot of songs into just half an hour. So
we're taking back our power.
Yeah, we're taking back our own songs. We're just like, oh, I love. We do a system of down cover usually, but we were really debating. Matt was really debating whether or not it should stay in the set or not, and we might even put it back in the set midway through the shows. I don't know. Sometimes things change like that.
Yeah, things change sometimes. We'll see how we feel it out.
Yeah. And yeah, oh, you're so sweet. Yeah, we eventually
so
would love.
I'm so sweet.
No, I'm reading comments. You are so sweet, but
Thanks.
yeah. So some of you are asking about some of our friends who come on tour with us. Holly will not be there. She's in Australia.
Fran won't be there either.
Fran won't be. She'll be at the Toronto show, but she won't be coming on tour. We will have a photographer / merch person coming with us named Sophie, who we have not met in person, but she's a very talented photographer, and so she'll be joining us on the road, and we're excited to get to know Sophie. And yes, we love all of our photographer friends.
They're all still part of the teams. They're all just doing other things. That's the way things go as you keep going. Fran was just out with Godsmack, and she's got her hands full. And Holly's out in Australia fighting with kangaroos, from what I was reading last. So, we just keep building teams and meeting new people that can work with us.
Kitty's asking how we decide what venues we play on at a tour, and that would be none of our decisions, really. Mostly agents. That's their job to arrange, and they talk with everybody, every promoter who has the venues and is going to promote in their cities, and then the agents kind of put together the routing. And now when you're a band like us who is opening up for another band, it's Nonpoint's agent who would put the tour together and then invite the opening acts to come on that routing. So for us, we really, on this tour especially, don't really decide specifically what venues we're going to be at. It's kind of like we just get asked, hey, we're doing this many shows, you want to come on tour with us? And we say, yay, and that's how it goes. But when we do a headline run, that's when we have a little bit more influence on where we go.
Yeah, like if we were playing Toronto ourselves, I'd pick playing even a full tour, some, but as a headline, but even then, you still work around promoters, schedules, and dogs, and whatever. Hey, come on now! But yeah, if we were just building our own show, yeah, we could pick, but we don't usually do that too much anymore. That's a headache.
Speaking of Holly, she helped us with our last tour book.
Matt, do you remember No Beers is Safe? How do you forget No Beers is Safe?
Holly helped us with her...
Ian.
Holly went on tour with us for the last couple tours, and she is an amazing photographer, and she took all the tour photos that showed up in our tour book, Volume 2, and I just want to put a special shout out, because this is Black Friday weekend, that it is only $20 to get the tour book, so you're getting it like more than half price off if you order now. For the tour book, and it has all the stories from tour. So it's like a really fun kind of way to get to know what tour life is like. If you have like some curiosity on what life is like on the road, we kind of go through every single show. So that's, and it's, I love making tour books because it's just a way for me to just completely remember the tour and have a little keepsake to remember such good times.
Yeah, Holly was really helpful too. She being able to kill merch as well. She's a lot of fun to have with us.
Rad Tour. Yeah, Rad Tour is asking if we're ever coming to Germany or Europe, and I would say,
if you have a Rad Tour for us, for sure we will.
Yeah.
How's that for a good answer?
Yeah.
For Rad Tour.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. That's the whole plan is to still do it. So like we go through our numbers and like try to do as much data research as we can to find out like where should we be going next, where we're gonna do next, and like honestly, I feel like once we have our product together, that I think that is where it's as strong as it can be, then we'll put all these plans in effect, and I think a bunch of Europe will be involved in that. Absolutely, it's pretty much one of our faves to go to those places.
Love it. Yeah, so. There is no part of me that does not want to get over to Europe and perform. It is 100% in intention. It's just about planning it right so that we are responsible musicians and not just going off.
Well, you gotta afford it. You gotta make sure you can run
right?
the whole thing. It's really easy to be like, oh, come to Europe, or like we've been lucky enough over all the years, and thanks to some of you guys and support,
that because of you.
Yeah, that we've been able to come to Europe quite a bit. But it's not like it's just like, oh, let's just do it. And there's a certain level that we've got to with and making the next product that we want to make it just that much more successful. So yeah, it's going to take a little more time to shape up. But once we do, I think it'll be probably stronger than anything else we've ever done. And coming over there, we'll probably be able to do like a nice big fat headliner through, and hopefully, UK, France, Netherlands, Germany, all those areas will all be part of the plan. That's for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And Rad Tour also mentioned some of the students from the school would love to.
Oh, is that who Rad Tour is?
That we did a high school performance in Germany with our friend Lars, who's a teacher.
Is that Rad Tour?
I'm not sure.
Who's Rad Tour? How do I find out who Rad Tour is? Rad Tour, what's your real name?
Probably someone who knows about
it
or
might
is
be Lars himself.
part of the school we went to.
Uh-huh.
And we had one of my favorite memories was performing for a mosh pit of high school students.
Yeah, that's great.
At like 8 a.m. in the morning.
9 a.m. 8 a.m. I would never be able to do. 9 a.m. no problem. You can never do it at 8 a.m.
Yeah, but yeah, so we had a great time, and those kids are probably
that's so cool.
In their 20s now.
No, how old are you? How much wine have I already given you? Jeez, it was only like 3 years ago.
Do you know how fast kids grow from high school?
But they were like really
it's 3
young.
years later,
They were like
some of them were young, but
yeah,
some of them
right.
were older.
There were some high school.
Yeah,
you're right. Maybe close to 20. But
for sure.
That's true. Why don't you age us a little bit more?
There were a couple of comments about the Spice Up Your Life cover.
Spice up your life!
Spice up your life! Oh, look at that question. That's a little foreshadowing, isn't it?
Oh.
So I don't know if you
we
guys...
can talk about that, can't we?
If you guys know...
Moody Fade? Is that what I'm supposed to be? Why doesn't anybody use their real names on this
That
thing?
could be their real name. Who knows?
Moody Fade? Well, maybe. I'm sorry if it is. It doesn't sound real to me, but... Or Fayed. Moody Fayed, maybe.
I think that's a cool name.
Didn't say it's not cool. I just can't pronounce some things. Anyways, the question is, would you guys ever release final versions of your first 2 albums? Lost in Cyco City is my favorite album from you guys.
Yes, we would.
That is a plan. It's coming.
There's a plan.
Next year is going to hold a ton of stuff.
10 years, guys, since Lost in Cyco City came out next year. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, no. Oh, wait, no, let me show you something. This is cool.
So, on the anniversary, we would like to release a vinyl version of Lost in Cyco City. And maybe a few Lost in Cyco City treats that we can offer. If you guys have any ideas of things from Lost in Cyco City era, whether it's merch, whether it's content, whether it's vinyl, we are planning on doing something special for the 10 year.
I can't find the one that you already opened.
I feel like this is like a...
This is cool. Should I not pre-release?
Well, you can.
What does it matter?
Okay.
I mean, we're not putting it up yet.
You're right. It's coming.
So what we did was, it was cool. So we did a 7-inch.
Yes. This is the bonus.
With like previously unreleased bonus. It's a bonus 7-inch, so it's going to go with Cyco City. And we didn't get Lost in Cyco City yet, but the 7-inch came already. And so this is what it looks like.
The vinyl for the Lost in Cyco City is still in the works, still in the pressing plant.
It kind of looks cool.
But for the first 200 people that order the vinyl, we will have a special 7-inch
we probably shouldn't
deluxe
have brought
package
this out yet, but hey, what the fuck?
with 2 bonus tracks.
Yeah.
So
but we're
that's
still
something to look forward to.
We haven't had the real Cyco City itself hasn't been pressed yet. We're just waiting for that. But this got pressed ahead of time. Same company. So yeah, probably like next year we'll
mid next year. I mean, we're thinking ahead because vinyl actually takes like a really long time to press.
Yeah, it was. We had it remastered for.
We got it remastered. We did a lot of pre-thinking, which is not very like us because usually we're behind things. Are you okay?
Yeah, but it's true. We're really not always pre-thinking.
Yeah. It's Arthur. He's a student of Lars.
Ah, cool. Hey, Arthur.
That's awesome. He got to be at the high school and learn some of our lyrics in English.
Cool.
And that was 6 or 7 years ago. I told you some of them are going to be in their 20s now.
So long ago now.
See? Time flies. Okay, so, and it also flies because 10 years next June will be 10-year anniversary of Lost in Cyco City. So we're going to have special edition release of the vinyl. We're going to have bonus tracks. We're going to have, I think, some extra bonus tracks on our streaming platforms as well. And potentially some...
But not these.
Not these. These are exclusive to the vinyl.
This is going to be exclusive for people that are that die-hardy and close to us that want to hold a vinyl that has songs that are not digitally released.
Boom.
This is it. But then only 2 songs, and then we'll do 2 other ones for digital.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're thinking, and Kat said it too, maybe digging up some props costumes from the videos. I might still have some of the costumes from some of those Lost in Psycho City things. We'll get some new merch that is kind of Lost in Psycho City era. We kind of vintage vibe. And potentially, I don't know what you guys think about this, but I know we never actually finished the chapters from the videos. And I always had an ending in mind that I never got to finish.
Hey.
But I won't say anything because Matt's like, are you really going to get all that done, Sky?
Yeah, like...
Honestly, are you going to tease that and not get it done?
You start jumping the gun here where you're like, we're going to get that to do that done. I'm like, we don't have that conversation again with no planning for us. But I don't disagree. But you and I have like talked about like how we're going to pull all that stuff off. And I just don't feel like I want to talk about it anymore.
We're getting a lot of exclamation marks and like thumbs up on that though, so that's good. So yes, so that's exciting, but that's kind of like off future next year, and in between.
Next year's like in a month.
I just mean the anniversary is in June, so it's gonna be a little bit until like we might be getting you guys a little too excited too early, but.
Yeah, I realize that.
But you are our favorite psychos, probably tuning in the whole world. That pay attention to this stuff, so you deserve it. You deserve to be on our same page. But yeah, so that's really fun. Kind of, I don't know, project in the background as well as coming up with all this new record, new music, all that stuff. And then, so as far as our launch this year with the calendar and our Black Friday sale, everything has been going really well. You guys have been so supportive, but I do want to let you guys know a few other things just because you may have missed it because I know I've been promoting blah, calendar, but we do have other items that are like on the best deals ever. Like we have sweatpants that used to be almost over $50 are now $20. We have all our prints, all the pictures that we have had for the last couple of years are all like $10 off, plus you can put your 15% discount on top of that. So if there's any prints, posters, autographed photos you want on the site as well, just grab them up now because what I'm going to do is whatever's left that doesn't get bought up, I'm going to bring on tour with us. So just warning you guys, if you want to just surf the site to make sure that you got everything you want, it's the best prices of the year. And if you want to wait till tomorrow, I might have one extra trick up my sleeve for an extra discount or special something that you get with your orders if you order tomorrow as well for Cyber Monday.
A little something?
So we just want to clear out as much as we can before we leave on tour, and then we've got new designs. So if you're coming to see us on this tour, we're gonna have new designs that you can't see on sumocyco.com.
Did everybody see the? Nobody probably. Did you see? The little dinosaur one. Is that out yet?
No.
No.
No, man.
Okay, that's fine.
We have little dinosaur. You gotta sell it. It's not.
I love that one. I think that one's cool. It's gonna be a good shirt.
Oh, you mean the monster, the pet monster?
Yeah.
That one's out. Yes, we have a one that's called Pet Monster.
What little dinosaur thing are you talking about? What are you thinking about?
I'm thinking about the punk rock one I did.
Oh.
So we're gonna have a monster hoodie though that's gonna come out on the Nonpoint tour. It's not at sumocyco.com because they're being printed and sent off to our first show. So if some of you guys are like, oh, what is gonna be on the tour that I'm gonna buy merch from, it's gonna be different designs than what you see on Black Friday here. There's only one. We're only bringing one design from that we have, which is the devil design from Halloween that we're gonna bring, which whatever's left of that. But the rest of them are all gonna be new for tour. So yeah, just letting you guys know in case you're like, oh, that's the one I want to get on tour. We're not going to have them with us. We're going to have completely new designs. So just heads up.
None of them.
No,
I
the
wanted to
hoodie's
order
new.
something.
The two...
I wanted to order something as well.
What did you want to order?
I don't know. I saw you post something. I was like, oh, that's really good. I want one of those. I was like, have you already posted that? And I was like, man, I gotta get something with. Oh, didn't you post like with a dog, with your own dog shirt? Like
so we have dog clothing.
Yeah, I was like, did we order one for ourselves? You must have.
I
did it?
I think I did. I did. But because, like I said, they're print on demand, so they're only being printed if you order them. We don't like get a huge amount of them.
Yeah, some of the stuff we have here, most of that stuff that we're like, we're sure of or want to work on, or Sky's gonna be signing, or we're gonna be signing. We bring stuff, but then there's like, especially when we're going on tour, we do this print on demand so that while we're gone, somebody can be helping us move the merchandise that people are ordering, because we used to shut down our store and that was really not smart. So we
because like, people would see us and they'd be like, oh, you don't have my size, maybe I'll order something online. And
and
I
was
online
like,
and there's nothing.
I'd be getting home, I'm like, man, we went on tour for like 2 months or something last time or whatever, and I'm like, man, I wonder if we've lost any sales, and those sales help move us forward. So yeah, we do this print on demand now. We found a company that we're really comfortable with that makes this extra stuff for us while we're on tour.
Yeah, perfect.
And they made a shirt for the dogs that Sky posted just recently, and I thought it was awesome. And I was like, Sky's gotta have ordered one, and that's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah, and Arrow, we gotta get her. She's gonna have some Sumo Cyco patches. She's gonna be like totally decked out. I can't wait to have her on tour with us. I'm actually really, really excited to have her with us. Just as my emotional support animal
and just in case anybody thinks that we put the dog through any torment, we do not. These are her earphones. So that she can keep without all the loud guitars and banging. She still can hang with us.
And I'm actually going to customize these because I feel like the Velcro is a little sharp on her skin. Because she doesn't have that extra layer of fur to protect her from the itchiness of some of these things.
But she sat through rehearsal a couple times now.
Yeah, she sat through rehearsal with her earmuffs on.
Mainly because I think she has vertigo because she doesn't know what's going on. And she's put these things on and it's made her ear, like everything goes silent. So she doesn't want to walk anywhere. So she just sits.
It really trips her out a little bit.
But she's getting used to it.
But anyway,
she's not gonna be on stage with us.
No. Well, she'll be cozy and warm in her she'll get to hang out in my bunk, very cozy and warm.
In your bunk.
Yes. So we have, thankfully, now that we've upgraded to our motorhome / tour bus, it's a lot more, the temperatures are a lot more comfortable than when we were in our little tiny, hi Arrow, in our tiny minibus, which was like a tin can. Yeah, she'll be our security guard, Steven. Yeah, we got a security shirt for her. So we're almost at an hour now. So I wanted to. It's crazy.
Way too much.
Where's time?
There's a bunch of questions here still, and I'm sorry for talking so much. That's what we do.
It's okay. If you guys have any more questions, now's the time, so that we can.
Would you consider doing a show in Muskoka? Victoria would like to know. Muskoka.
That'd be interesting. I feel like what venues would be.
Yeah, you tell me. I'm not in Muskoka.
Because Muskoka, I don't really know if there's like a downtown.
Is there a downtown party?
Because everyone is just in their cottages. And if those of you watching do not know what Muskoka is like north of where we live, which is where everyone has little summer cottage homes that are on the lake. So a lot of people go up there in the summer to enjoy the lake life. And do like water sports and hang out and play games and
the album cover for Lost in Cyco City was amazing. Would love to have it on a t-shirt design. I think we did one.
We did a very limited
run. But
run.
We could do like a classic run.
Yeah, we should.
Once we maybe when with the vinyl we'll do something like that.
Actually, our good friends at Press Time Design just did a feature on Sumo Cyco. They are just down the road, and they do a lot of our t-shirt screen printing for us. And they just reminded me in their recent post that you can find on our Instagram of the ugly t-shirt design that we had done, which was just
with the face and the explosion behind him or something. That was cool.
And I forgot about that design.
A lot of clothing.
Yeah, and they did a little feature on the years that they've worked with us, and that was one of the designs they picked as like the main cover for their Instagram post. And I was like, oh yeah, I remember that design, but that might be one we should bring back as well.
That wouldn't be a bad idea.
Yeah, and there's like a ton of little cool things that were from that era. Like, I don't know if you guys remember, but like the first shirt I wore in the first few videos had the target on it, which is the same as my tattoo on my neck. And I thought I could make that into like a t-shirt or a tank design. It's like the matching one that I wore in the music video or something. I don't know if anyone would think that was cool, but it was like a white with like a big target on it. It's very Tank Girl inspired. I mean, she's forever my fashion icon, but
I tuned in late. What was that, about a 7-inch single? Brent. That is going to be next year. That's going to be in addition to us re-releasing Lost in Cyco City on vinyl for a 10-year anniversary. We'll catch you up to date in a couple months from that.
yeah,
That was me opening my mouth because I haven't talked for a while and I got excited. Don't get too excited yet. Sorry.
We're still a few months away from that.
Premature. My bad. Who are the artists and influence? Oh man, what a question. And inspire Sumo Cyco.
Oh man, so many. Matt and I come from very different backgrounds.
Yeah.
So the fact that we kind of came together was really weird. Like most people who had my like music taste and background would not have an opportunity at my age to get to know the types of musicians that I met when I first met Matt, him and the band that I toured with when I was younger introduced me to, like, literally opened up the floodgates when it came to musical knowledge and musical history, and like taught me so much about different styles that I probably would have never been exposed to. But for Sumo Cyco specifically, we've credited a lot to our boys in Skindred, which we absolutely love. Matt handed me a record. We hadn't seen each other for a bunch of years, and the first record he handed me to listen to be like, hey, you should check these guys out, as friends do when you come across something you love and we're both musicians. He's like, check this band out. Handed me Babylon by Skindred, and it like blew my mind, where I didn't realize how you could merge the metal and the dance hall and the
poppiness.
Yeah, and the hooks and just obviously everything that Benji is as a frontman is like something I just look up to, and how he can just make everyone have the best time and control a crowd like no other is something I look up to.
They definitely were. So
that was like the first thing that got us kind of thinking about the band. And also there's this other song, do you remember Fire, Fire, Fire by a band called Animal Alpha?
Yeah.
And they were actually on the video game.
Yeah. One of the ATV games.
Yeah, that we ended up 2 years ago getting a song on, which was kind of like another full circle moment. We had heard this song on a video game, and I was like, I thought it was like, it sounded Japanese to me almost, but then we were like, oh my gosh, they're from Norway or Sweden?
Sweden, I think.
And the whole record,
really cool song. There's lots of good songs.
You pay for the whole seat. All you need is the edge.
There's two records I like. Two records. I don't know what they're called because I'm not as good.
The band like disbanded literally before we discovered them. Yeah. So we weren't able to like listen to their music because they were already disbanded. But
two records that I loved.
So good.
Two records I loved had like 70% on each record I loved and 30% I didn't. So I remember I merged two records onto a playlist and just ate those songs up for quite a while. I still do. I still once in a while like Fire, Fire, Fire and Bundy. Those other tracks. Really good stuff. Yeah. Animal Alpha was a good one.
And just like, looking up to another female vocalist who had just an innovative way of delivery. And that's what I really admire and try to do with my vocals, is deliver with different rhythms and styles and registers.
Same with the
I love that. Oh my gosh.
We were also listening to a lot of Skunk and Nancy at the time.
Yes.
Do you remember?
Yeah, I love
And I actually went down that rabbit hole huge about that band. And because there's hit and miss with that band to me. I thought there was some songs that I was like, holy fuck, who are these guys? And I was just late on the train. These songs had already been out for years. And I just was like, who are these guys? But there's some great songs on that. That girl can sing. Fuck.
Skin.
What's the song with the big notes?
Charlie Baked Potato.
Yeah, that song.
Oh, probably so good. I love the video and everything.
Influence of our.
I would just listen to that song on repeat.
We were listening to a lot of rock. We were just cranking it before we even started the band and going, oh, we could do something like that maybe. Yeah.
But if you want to know more of like Matt and my favorite music, I did. You can check out the podcast I did with George Strombolopoulos. Strombo. He goes by, he's a huge Canadian icon. If you're not Canadian, maybe you're not as familiar, but you should definitely check out all of George's stuff. He does great podcasts with a ton of amazing artists. And we just did something beginning of the year, where we had we went through like all my favorite influences and played songs and chatted all about that stuff. So you can check that out on Apple Music. And then we also did, there's a couple podcasts like the Kerrang ones and stuff where we got to be DJs and go through all of our favorite songs. So if you guys do a little hunt on Spotify for different podcasts and stuff, you can listen to all these songs we're talking about and then hear us like discuss our favorite parts of each one and how
just any records we love. There's always something that you steal a little bit from or get inspired from.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to say. There's so many other artists I can think of that are like, oh, well, I took a bit of this and I took a bit of that and a bit of this. And...
Yeah, and Leaf is saying how far along are the new recordings. I remember Sky teasing a few clips.
Oh, like I'm a producer engineer myself. I like to think that I'm pretty good. I can get it sounding pretty good. I did the last 3 records, but so it's not, this isn't like we can't record songs here and make them. It's that we want to try and make them sound, I want to take them somewhere new. Is that what? Try to find something, I want to go further than what we can do. So I feel like about 20 of them sound pretty damn good. I wouldn't say record ready, but like really good demos. And if I spent probably a day on each of them, maybe, or 2 days mixing the hell out of them, then I'd probably feel like they were record ready. But that isn't what I want right now with these. I want to take them, we've talked about trying to find a producer that's going to help collaborate a little bit with us and help shape the new sound even more.
Well, the thing
I'm a big fan of just trying new stuff. Like we've just done 3 records that sound this was this, this was this, this was this. So it's like, what are we doing next? And like, I bought Sky a piano last Christmas, or was it 2 Christmases ago?
2 Christmases ago, but you got me the new electric for my birthday this year.
Right. So
that's really nice.
A couple Christmases ago, we got Sky an acoustic piano here because Sky can play a piano but doesn't do it a lot. And we were talking about broadening our horizons, I guess, and I brought this big piano in. So Sky started playing, kind of just getting a vibe, and then she started taking off on it and doing lots of cool stuff. So then we grabbed an electric piano and just let her go to town for the past little while. This past 3 or 4 months, we've been, enjoying the summer a bit and writing a lot. Mm-hmm. And Sky's been becoming a really pretty good little piano player and writing a lot of songs on piano that we can try to attack and move into a rock direction, which is different than the way we've done it before.
So different.
So this is what I mean, is we're really trying to find...
And this is the thing, is like honing my piano skills is pretty much like the last time that I really like played piano, like did piano lessons when I was like 16 or something. So getting into like a new instrument and a new way to write songs, it feels like I'm kind of like going back to baby steps again. I'm like starting at the beginning and like, oh, here are all the chords that I know how to play. And then how do I innovate?
Yeah, it was also because you screwed your ankle up. Somebody was pointing that out. That's true. That's why she was on the piano so much as well. You couldn't walk anyways. Yeah.
Well, the other thing is the ankle actually has affected more than you guys know of my entire life.
I don't know.
Still
Sky rolled her ankle about 7 months ago in a show.
In a wrestling ring.
Yeah, an after party. Anyways, it is.
It was ridiculous. I shouldn't have been jumping in a wrestling ring. Even Chris Jericho commented on my post, being like, "This is not for amateurs. This is for professionals only." Okay, so I jumped out of the yes,
of course you did.
I jumped out of the wrestling ring and
Chris is good.
I love Chris Jericho from Fozzy, and obviously massive superstar in the wrestling world.
Yeah.
But I actually, to be honest, I didn't know much about wrestling until we got on tour with Fozzy, and then I started learning how huge of a star he was. Just because I wasn't into the wrestling world as much. Yeah, now I'm like totally into it all, but
long story short, she rolled her ankle really bad, and it's messed her for the past 7 months. We weren't too scared about doing shows anyways because we'd done a bunch of tours. And we were like, we're just going to chill and take a bit of time to ourselves. We felt like we just got a new dog that we really needed to
Give her some love.
And we wanted it to have in our house because we lost our last one and we felt a little empty without having a little character with us. And we got a little one that can come on the road now, so that's kind of cool. And so Sky was really focused on this piano stuff. So the ankle really messed her up. She's sitting, couldn't do some shows for a while. Now she's walking pretty good. She's done a lot of physio, but there's still some problems with it, right?
Yeah, it's unfortunately the ankle sprain was like a 3rd-degree sprain, and apparently because your ankle, certain parts of it can never come back to complete restoration. You're kind of rebuilding the muscles around it, and that takes a lot of time. And unfortunately, I was put into an air cast for 6 weeks, which was probably, from a physiotherapist standpoint, the wrong call because it made my ankle not relearn how to walk properly and healed kind of wrong.
Instead, it made me have to do all the chores in the house.
Yes. So it's finally getting to the point where I'm feeling like I can perform the way I used to. But it definitely did take a lot out of me getting as much done in my life when you're kind of, it's a struggle to get around when you have crutches and all that kind of stuff, right?
But in the meantime, she wrote a bunch of songs on piano, and a lot of them were really cool. A couple of them I don't like at all. They're just so poppy that I just... But some of them are super dope. And the poppy ones are probably better than them all, except that I just am like a real asshole about pop music. But they're all really cool, and we've never really attacked working on songs that way.
Well, we did this one song where I did like a piano thing and then recorded it, and then Matt took what I had recorded and then like completely remixed it, and we rewrote a ton of it, and it was birthed out of the piano idea but ended up turning into more of like a drum and bass kind of Prodigy-esque.
The love song?
Yeah.
Or the Fly song?
Both of them were very much that way. So you never know what can come out of it. If you listen to the song, you would never think like, oh, this was just written on.
Yeah, no, I can play you it.
Oh, Matt's gonna play something.
Well, just the part of it, so you can understand. You'll be like, what? This doesn't
Thanks
sound
for joining us, Paul. Sorry we interrupted your Sunday roast dinner.
What's this one?
And yes, Jenny, I would love to do an acoustic volume 3. I was actually trying to fit it in before the end of this year, but we just got so busy and so slammed with stuff. But it's definitely on the docket of something I would like to do.
I thought I could play. Oh yeah, no, I can play it. Wait 1 second, I can still play it.
We also haven't released some of the acoustic versions that we perform at our VIP for when we're touring. We do a VIP package, and some of those versions we've performed for VIP, we've never recorded properly, and I think it would be cool to record them properly so everyone can hear them and stream them and all that good stuff.
Man, if I play this in here, it won't sound very good, but at least they can hear an idea.
You said you didn't want it to sound very good.
Well, I didn't know it was like. I don't know where it's playing into. Again.
David, I wish I could write 1,000 miles on piano.
Oh, wait. You just listen. Can you guys hear this? I don't know if you can hear this.
Hey, Stefan.
This one wasn't.
You heard some of this. We did a little preview of it on Instagram.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so anyways.
Anna, have a good sleep. We miss you.
Okay, so my point is that was written on piano.
Doesn't sound like it.
So we really are trying to experiment of like how to create these songs. We just didn't want to make the exact same record again. So you just have to wait and see just what's going to come. But I have to say, some of the stuff this guy's creating is really cool, and I didn't know that she had it in her to do some of it the way she's doing it.
And I want to get...
Well, actually, that's not true. I did, but I didn't realize how far she would take it, where she's just pounding through songs and just You know?
Well, I think it's a
I'm
learning
impressed.
curve, you know, getting back to like what I learned when I was a kid about song structure and chords, and then also like integrating how to sing and play at the same time, which is a whole other set of skill, and then also learning how to play with these damn fake nails I've been wearing all over the time, and then also learning how to integrate my personal style and what we do with Sumo Cyco into the piano, which is kind of an instrument that's not been ever really used with Sumo Cyco. So it's like, how do we make it Sumo Cycofy it? And also,
Well, we're gonna have to bring a piano on tour.
damn, I'm so nervous, guys. Like, I normally never, I like just being a vocalist and not having to worry about gear and power and make sure everything's sounding properly. With that, I could just sing into a microphone. It's so easy.
If you keep practicing, it's not like we doing the whole set, but I think,
It puts the pressure.
one or two
on.
songs, I think the way we've been building, this will really add some really cool dynamic to our set. I think that for the past bunch of years, we've been lucky, thanks to you guys, to just keep touring and like jumping on people's heads and moshing and jumping off speakers and writing fun stuff. But I feel like this is more serious the way you're writing right now, and I think it's.
I think I am maturing, dare I say.
It's got a bit more mature epicness that I feel like we could be playing, more of a, it just has there's some vibe to it. It has
a little bit of an epic kind of.
Yeah.
Almost like going back to the roots of songwriting and what it's like to just break things down to like one instrument, one voice. Can the song be strong without all the extra production and blast beats and crazy guitar riffs and distortion and all that stuff? And does the song itself stand on its own?
The American Scream says, you use piano in My Name is Rock and Roll. That's not a real piano. That's like me producing. Sky had nothing to do with, like, she's actually playing piano, doing like way more than what I can't play piano. The stuff you're hearing in My Name is Rock and Roll is a computer. Me programming.
Arpeggios.
Whatever. I don't even remember the part you're talking
it.
about, but whatever it is something I probably just produce. Compared to like, okay, if I show you, no, I'm not going to right now. I feel like I'm getting too far.
I've done a few little tiny clips on
clips?
Instagram, but some of them just go by, on my stories and stuff.
We've got one right now that is a banger.
But it's really piano-y.
Oh, it's super piano-y. It's like super like old school vibe, but new school meets old school. But by the time, if we can get you in and you're like, I really like where it's going, by the time you're done.
To be honest, I always wished I could be the guitar girl, Like, I do play a bit of guitar. I'm not as good as Matt, which makes me not pick it up because every time I do, I feel like I'm an amateur. But
I'm not that.
The piano, for some reason, I think it's more so because I grew up in a household that always was playing piano. My dad was on the piano, singing show tunes and all that stuff. And I grew up always dabbling on the piano. There's something about it that just feels more natural to how I think about music and how I can, I don't know, use my fingers. So as much as I love more the sound of a guitar, I just had to come to terms with it recently. Once Matt got me the stand-up, I was like, okay, I love this. I love playing piano. I have to admit it. It's not as rock and roll as a guitar, but it's just what works for me and what I can write music with a lot easier and come up with chord structure a lot easier than I can with guitar.
Yeah. And
that's
I
just
realized American Scream says, wow, I was fooled and I'm really sorry for fooling you. But now that I think about it, I was thinking about it. I didn't want to say that I just programmed it. I did not program that. I played it because it's a very simple part. It's in the bridge.
Okay.
There's more than a concession. Da, 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 da. So that is me playing, but an electric piano.
Yeah.
So I didn't program that, but I forgot that I even did that.
Yes, I did have the butterfly guitar and did play that guitar and Buzz on
Dun, dun,
It.
dun.
That was fun.
Dun 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 dun. It's all just straight chords. I can't do notes. Sky can do doodly doodly doo. She does a lot of this. Dun, 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 dun.
I do a lot of
Yeah, she does everything's on Where's this double butterfly guitar? I've never seen it.
Well, I did. It wasn't a double butterfly guitar in number one. It was a single butterfly guitar by a company called Daisy Guitars. But my old manager stole it for his daughter for her birthday, and I didn't get to keep it.
Oh, you didn't get to keep it?
No.
Jen says, would you consider doing duet on the next record? Your voices work so well together. It could be awesome to hear more. I appreciate that. I mean,
I've always encouraged Matt to do like a verse in a song.
We do duets on some of the acoustic stuff. That's a duet kind of vibe a bit.
I've always, if you guys don't know, Matt, before we started Sumo Cyco, was in a band called Dodger, which was an amazing project that got its way around Canada and did some stuff on the radio and on late shows. But I was trying to encourage Matt to put some of his old material up on Spotify, because unlike me, who doesn't control my old music because it was on a major label, Matt has more control over his old music, so he could put it up for you guys to listen to online.
How do Jenny and how do they know Throwdown? Where did we put? Oh, we put it on the last Dodger record.
This is a throwdown. It's a showdown.
Good call, Jenny. I forgot all about that. Yeah, see, that's all way old stuff. I'm trying to remix some new stuff, or not new stuff because it's way old, but stuff I never released. I'm trying to remix it all as a package kind of thing of like, oh, stuff that was never recorded well, but now I can mix good. So eventually I'll put some stuff out.
It's such a great act, and honestly, so talented, man.
But we'll probably sing more together as we you know, here and there. We duet stuff, you know.
Yeah.
It's not like I don't like doing it, but I have to say I'm a sucker. This band has just prided themselves on such an energetic show and such a party half the time that as I get older, I just get more and more into playing my electric guitar and jumping around like an idiot. So I have to. This is all new to me. This whole new acoustic vibe that. You know, we're trying to learn more on piano and grab the acoustic guitar more and write these certain songs. And I think there's a song we have that I feel is almost a duet. The Wide Awake one is almost.
Oh, yeah.
But that one was we wrote that one quite a while ago. But now I feel like that's still a one that we might have to.
You might have to take over the second verse and actually be like the lead on it.
Oh, I see. So one girl singing.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
It's good, though. It's so good. And as I get older, I realize, like, sometimes, like, you know, it's just like sometimes it's too much is wrapped up in like, you know, image and ego sometimes that you just have to like do what's best for the song, you know?
You gotta do what's best for the song sometimes.
Yes.
What's your hairstyle called? That's a question mark. I
don't know. I just put like a half bun, I guess I would call a half bun, side part with star clips.
We talk forever, don't we? When we get going. I mean, I love doing it. We haven't done it
for
a while,
all day.
And it's a good time, but I can't believe it's already 6:30 almost.
Yeah, so what's on your list, Matt, to get ready for tour? Because I feel like my list is a mile long.
Hey, I don't know. I got a lot of things to do. That's fine. We
got rehearsal tomorrow.
Anybody listening to something that we haven't heard about that we should be checking out? Like
band-wise, song-wise?
Throw me something.
Throw us some of your favorite new songs, bands.
I'm always interested
to hear that. I also wanted to ask.
Isn't Matt on Passengers? Am I on Passengers somewhere?
In the background? You're on a lot of songs as a background.
I'm a background singer.
He does the screams with me sometimes where we're doing like the whole gang kind of sound coming out. We always do two of us standing around a mic and do layers of that. So
I'm on Anti-Anthem. I sing that
one.
I close my eyes one too many times.
Wake it up, Annabelle Death Strangers!
We are committed to our crimes.
Yep, you do that too. Aw, Arrow's like, can I be a part of this, guys?
Tell me this dog isn't cute, right?
She is.
No hair.
One of our besties.
She's going to be upset that we put her on live on internet buck naked. Is it buck or butt?
Buck naked. I used to think when I was a kid it was butt naked.
Is it butt or buck?
It's buck naked, but when I was a kid I thought...
a buck is what? Like a dollar naked or an animal? Like the buck from a forest?
I don't know, but I used to think it was butt naked when I was a kid.
Does anybody know why it's buck or butt naked? I always thought it was buck, but then I was like, maybe it's butt naked because your butt is naked. Sorry. Okay, we should end this soon. We should call this soon because it's getting...
So let's recap. We are going on tour.
I've heard Bucky Ball naked. That's good, Steven. It's always good to hear from Steven.
Okay, we are doing...
Typo negative? Come on, like, tell me something I don't already know. I appreciate it, though. Not that I don't like typo negative. Fukovi's cool. I already got you there, Jenny.
We are doing a tour, guys.
We are what?
We're going on tour. I'm trying to recap everything that's happening that I wanted to like talk about. So
what's Metalocalypse? Metalocalypse. I probably haven't checked it out if I can't pronounce it. I'm sorry.
Is it a cartoon with like the metal?
Oh, and is it that band with the clock? The clock thing? Yeah, I know that. That's good.
If you guys haven't got your tickets for this tour and you're in one of the cities, shame on you. If you haven't gotten your VIP and you're in one of the cities, shame on you. It's 15% off right now with Black Friday codes. We are going to give away a calendar bundle after this live stream. So if you haven't put your calendar emoji in the chat,
Diablo
do so now to win a copy of the 2024 calendar and a bunch of cool stuff from SumoCyco.com. Black Friday is on right now on SumoCyco.com to get the best prices of the year. Get everything now because I can't promise it's going to be around any longer than this weekend because once we leave on tour, we're taking it with us and anything could happen.
You should never promise anything.
We can't promise anything. Then tomorrow, Cyber Monday, if you are around and you're wanting a better deal, we might even take another percentage off some select items, maybe have a few buy one, get one things. So, Cyber Monday tomorrow at SumoCyco.com.
Do we have socks right now?
We have socks there for sale at SumoCyco.com. And on top of that, on top of the tour,
that pause. You're like, and we just
on top of tour Black Friday, there's one question that I told myself I wanted to ask you, but I feel like it's almost too late now.
Oh yeah, the Cassiette stuff we like. We checked that out.
She's a great vocalist, yeah.
Baby Metal we know, Steve, thanks. I like this name, Diablo Swing Orchestra. I'll check that out. Diablo Swing Orchestra. Yeah. And Ian said something up here somewhere. Something Unfold. I was like, what? Do you know a band called Something Unfold? Everything Unfolds?
No.
Ooh,
let's check
that out too.
Yeah, and
it's quite poignant. Everything Unfolds.
I wanted to ask you guys what your feelings are about Patreon or something similar to have more interactions like this, but also some very exclusive content / fan-oriented stuff. I feel like we don't do enough of these live streams, and when we do, usually it's our core group of people anyway, and I feel like to encourage us to do it more, maybe we should set up something like a Patreon page where we can plan out all this stuff, give you guys more content, and I just want to know how you feel if any of you are part of Patreons with other acts. What are the favorite things that they do that you really like, and what maybe you don't like? What type of amount you think is fair to pay per month for those perks, because it's something that's been in my head. Maybe not using Patreon, but I've kind of got a trick up my sleeve that we might unfold, but I want to get your opinion on it. If you guys have any thoughts of that type of stuff, feel free to comment or to just...
Not if you want an OnlyFans. I'm the only one with that site. But yeah, you can look up my link anyway.
This is as close as we get to an OnlyFans, guys. This is the calendar, and that's as close as you guys are gonna get, okay?
You can OnlyFans my butt if you want.
Imagine I put you on OnlyFans and like that's the way you could get mad exclusive content. That'd be fun for me. The tables would be turned, and I could
Fellow knucklehead.
Cool.
All the great music. Remember the cartoons, the raccoons? If so, maybe do a cover of the opening song. I remember the raccoons. I loved that. Sneerle. I remember that. That was a good show. You're a little too young probably for the raccoons.
Aww. Well, thank you guys again for joining us. We love you. We miss you so much. Thank you for laughing with us and bearing with our craziness, as always. We want to see all of you guys on tour. We're planning big things for next year. I'm sorry we can't give out more specifics about the next record, but
we don't know everything.
It is in the works, and it is our #1 priority. We are working on it, and we are writing. We have songs. We're excited. We're gonna get you some good stuff.
Can Sound Soldier release in the U.S.? Capital sucks. Song, sorry, Long Arm Witches. It does not. That's one thing Sky will never get control of.
Well, I could try to get some lawyers involved, but it's a lot of headache and work to make it happen, and me paying a lawyer to do all this work that it might not even result in anything. So it is hard for me to.
Dude, you know you can't even bring. You can't. That would.
There's a chance
to go and get your masters back from you.
Yeah, to buy them back, but I don't know how much they would want. And legal shit.
I think I know how much they'd want.
Well,
probably whatever you're still in debt with.
Well, they have. Well, maybe.
I'm sorry. There's a reality.
Yeah,
That's not
anytime feasible. Guys, unfortunately, back then,
they own that.
They weren't thinking about streaming in those contracts, so there was no clauses about getting masters back and whatnot.
No, they were thinking about streaming back then even. That's why there's no clauses of getting your masters back. They knew 100% never to give masters back.
We will get into
That's
this
why
later,
bands now are way more smarter. Thanks to artists like you that went through that. Bands are finally waking up. It's only been the past 10 years that bands are starting to know you should never sign a deal if you can't get your masters back. You're screwed. You're screwed for the rest of
Sound Soldier is not available on any streaming sites, even though it was released in Canada.
It's not on Spotify at all?
No. That's what I'm saying. If they were wanting to make money off of it, you'd think they'd at least release it to make the royalties back, which is kind of a dumb move. But the people aren't thinking of going back to an act that isn't like a legacy act. Anyway. I could go on for forever with that stuff. But
let's not.
Let's not, because I don't like thinking in the past. It stresses me out.
Let's not put her in a grumpy mood before we get on.
Okay. But love you guys so much sincerely. Thank you for hanging out with us. And happy Thanksgiving to those of you in America. We give thanks for you guys. We just love you guys so much. And to all of our fans internationally, we hope to be touring in a city near you soon. Don't stop
touring soon.
I said internationally.
Oh, just internationally.
Yes, we'll be coming hopefully next year. Gotcha. I really, really, really want to make that happen because I can't.
But in the meanwhile, in a week from now, you can catch us if you're in America. You can catch us on the Million Watts tour.
Million Watts tour,
with Nonpoint, Head Pete, and Varsity. And I think I'm not about to start running off the dates because
you don't know.
It starts December 1st, and it's any of our other socials will tell you where we're playing.
We love you guys. Have an amazing night. Miss you.
And we'll keep in contact while we're on tour. We're going to message you guys.
There's going to be so much content on tour. You guys won't even get a break from
Love you guys. Bye, Jenny. Bye, everybody. American Scream, Long Arm Witches, Kat. Love you guys. John, see you. Thank you for hanging out, guys.
How do we stop the stream? We have to go up to that camera.
Yeah, I'm going to sit here in an uncomfortable, just like this, looking sophisticated.
Arrow, let's say goodbye.
See you in Toronto. Bye. Bye.
Bye, guys. Mwah. I don't know how to stop it. There we go. Bye.